This gripping and captivating documentary-style script will take viewers on an unforgettable journey into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of history, the Ethiopian Ark of the Covenant. The lost and enigmatic Ark, which holds the legendary power of the Israelites, is rumored to have been hidden in the sacred church of Saint Mary of Zion in Axum, Ethiopia. For centuries, the Axumite Empire, a powerful Christian kingdom, held the Ark and kept its secrets safe from invaders. This narrative unearths the fascinating history, ancient mysteries, and profound religious significance of the Ark and the empire that protected it. What happened to the Ark after the rise and fall of the Axumite Empire? Could it still be hidden in plain sight? Prepare to be amazed, shocked, and captivated as we reveal the truth. In the heart of the Horn of Africa, amidst the shifting sands of time, lies one of the most elusive secrets in human history, a mystery that has captivated scholars, adventurers, and religious pilgrims for centuries. This is the story of the Ethiopian Ark of the Covenant, a lost relic shrouded in legend and hidden within the walls of a forgotten kingdom. It is a story of power, faith, and the clash of civilizations, a story that stretches from the sacred halls of Jerusalem to the ancient kingdom of Axum, where it is believed that the Ark was once kept in secret. But the Ark is no ordinary artifact. It is said to be the very chest that held the Ten Commandments, the sacred covenant between God and his people. For centuries, it was believed to have been lost to time. But whispers from the winds of Ethiopia tell a different story. What if the Ark still exists? What if it's hidden, waiting to be discovered, in a land that has been protected by the divine hand of the Axumite Empire? At the heart of this mystery lies the Axumite Empire, a once mighty kingdom that spanned centuries, its influence reaching across the ancient world. Situated in modern-day Ethiopia, the city of Axum became a thriving center of power, culture, and religion. This was no ordinary empire. The Axumites were one of the first civilizations to embrace Christianity, and it is here that the Ark is said to have been brought centuries ago, a symbol of divine favor and power. But the Ark's journey to Axum is a tale that is as mysterious as the empire itself. According to Ethiopian tradition, the Ark was brought to this ancient land by Menelik I, the son of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, who is said to have transported the sacred chest to Ethiopia after receiving it from his father. This event, steeped in myth, remains at the very core of Ethiopia's religious identity and is honored in the Church of Saint Mary of Zion, where the Ark is believed to reside to this day. The legend of Menelik I is one of Ethiopia's greatest treasures, a story passed down through generations, written in the sacred texts of the Ethiopian Kebra Nagast, the glory of kings. In this tale, Menelik's journey to Jerusalem was not just to visit his father, King Solomon, but to claim a divine relic. As the story goes, Menelik smuggled the Ark out of the Temple of Solomon, bringing it back to Ethiopia, where it would be protected for eternity. To this day, Ethiopians believe the Ark has remained safely in their possession, hidden away in a place few can enter, and even fewer can ever leave with the truth. Yet, despite centuries of reverence and mystery, the Ark's true location has remained one of history's greatest unsolved puzzles. Scholars, explorers, and archaeologists have searched for answers. Some believe the Ark is still in Ethiopia, resting in the shadows of the Church of Saint Mary of Zion, while others suggest that it may have been lost forever in the tides of time. The Church of Saint Mary of Zion in the ancient city of Axum is one of the most sacred sites in Ethiopia. This church is not just a religious structure, it is the alleged final resting place of the Ark itself. A group of guardian monks is tasked with safeguarding the Ark, guarding its secrets with unwavering devotion. No one is allowed to see it, No one is permitted to question its existence. The guardians who live and die in the church are said to be the only ones who know the true fate of the Ark. But what if this is more than just faith? What if the Ark of the Covenant, hidden in plain sight, could be discovered once again? What if the lost empire of Axum holds the key to unlocking the most significant religious artifact in history? The Axumite Empire was not only a great political power, but also a spiritual powerhouse. It was one of the first empires to adopt Christianity, and it did so long before the Roman Empire. Christianity became the state religion in the early 4th century under the rule of King Ezana. It is during this period that Ethiopia became one of the world's earliest Christian kingdoms. Yet, the rise of the Axumite Empire was not without its challenges. Foreign invaders, shifting alliances, and the eventual decline of the empire left the once powerful kingdom in ruins. And with the fall of Axum, questions arose. What happened to the Ark of the Covenant? Was it truly lost with the collapse of Axum? Or did it remain hidden in Ethiopia's sacred soil, waiting for the right time to be revealed? In this episode, we will unravel the secrets of the Ark's journey, from its biblical roots to its mysterious connection to Ethiopia. We will explore the rise and fall of the Axumite Empire and examine the historical evidence, ancient texts, archaeological findings, and local traditions that point toward the Ark's fate. Prepare yourself for a journey through time as we uncover the hidden truths of the Ethiopian Ark and the Axumite Empire. The question remains, is the Ark still hidden? In the highlands of modern-day Ethiopia, a civilization arose that would shape the course of history. This was the Axumite Empire, a powerful and influential kingdom that dominated the Horn of Africa for centuries. Its rich cultural heritage, complex political structures, and impressive architectural feats still echo in the ruins that stand today. The origins of the Axumite Empire trace back to the early centuries of the Common Era. The kingdom of Axum rose from a series of smaller tribal confederations that inhabited the region. It flourished at the crossroads of trade routes that connected the Mediterranean world with the interior of Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and beyond. By the 4th century AD, Axum was a thriving empire, boasting one of the most advanced societies of its time. What set the Axumites apart was not just their geographical location, but their remarkable ability to harness the power of trade. The kingdom's strategic location along the Red Sea allowed it to become a central hub for international commerce. The Axumites controlled access to important routes, connecting the Roman Empire to the Arabian Peninsula and India. Their wealth was derived from gold, ivory, frankincense, and exotic spices, and they played a key role in the spread of goods and ideas across the ancient world. As the empire expanded, it developed a unique writing system known as Ge'ez, still used in Ethiopia today. The Axumites were also pioneers in creating monumental architecture, most famously seen in their towering stelae, large obelisks that marked royal tombs and served as symbols of the empire's grandeur. Some of these stelae, like the obelisk of Axum, still stand proudly, casting long shadows over the ruins of the once mighty city. However, it was not just trade and architecture that defined Axum's power. It was also its ability to consolidate political and religious influence. King Ezana, one of the most important rulers in Axumite history, was the first to officially adopt Christianity as the state religion around the year 330 AD. This decision would not only transform Axum, but also create a deep and lasting bond between the kingdom and the Christian faith. Ezana's conversion to Christianity is a pivotal moment in the history of the Axumite Empire. It was a profound shift, one that placed Axum on the map as one of the first Christian kingdoms in the world. Legend holds that the Christian cross was adopted as the symbol of the Axumite Empire, marking the kingdom as a center of faith in the heart of Africa. The spread of Christianity across Axum was not just a religious movement, it also had profound political implications. With Christianity, the Axumites aligned themselves with the powerful Christian empires of the Mediterranean, most notably the Roman and Byzantine empires. This connection to Christian Rome would have far-reaching effects, including trade partnerships and cultural exchanges that would enrich the empire. King Ezana's reign also marked the beginning of Axum's imperial expansion. The empire began to stretch its influence beyond the Ethiopian highlands, expanding into modern-day Sudan, Yemen, and the Arabian Peninsula. The Axumites were no strangers to military conquest, and under Ezana's rule, the empire became a formidable force in the region. They forged alliances with neighboring states and even engaged in military campaigns to assert their dominance. Yet, despite its vast wealth and power, the Axumite Empire was not invulnerable. Throughout its existence, it faced challenges from external invaders and internal unrest. However, what truly defined the empire was its ability to adapt and evolve in the face of adversity. Its embrace of Christianity, along with its strategic geographic location, ensured that Axum would remain a beacon of power in Africa for centuries. The Axumite Empire's rise was also marked by its impressive achievements in technology and architecture. The stelae, tall stone obelisks, were carved to commemorate royal families and serve as symbols of the empire's grandeur. These architectural marvels, some of which stand over 80 feet tall, were carved from solid stone and decorated with intricate carvings. They stand as silent witnesses to the empire's former might. In addition to these monuments, the Axumites were skilled in the construction of palaces, temples, and fortifications, many of which can still be seen in the ruins of Axum today. These structures, designed with the precision of ancient engineers, reflect the empire's advanced knowledge of construction and design. Some scholars believe that the grandeur of Axum's architecture rivals that of other great civilizations of the ancient world. Yet, despite all of its accomplishments, the Axumite Empire's most enduring legacy is its connection to the Christian faith. The Christianization of Axum laid the foundation for the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, which remains one of the oldest Christian denominations in the world. This deep religious connection would play a crucial role in the future of the Ark of the Covenant, as Axum became intertwined with one of Christianity's most sacred relics. While the Axumite Empire rose to prominence in the ancient world, it was not long before rumors began to circulate about the Ark's connection to Ethiopia. The legend of the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred chest that contained the Ten Commandments, began to take root within Ethiopian culture. The belief that Ethiopia was the true resting place of the Ark became firmly ingrained in the kingdom's religious identity. As the empire expanded its influence, so too did the legend of the Ark. But was it true? Was the Ark truly hidden in Ethiopia, safeguarded by the Axumites? Or was this just another piece of ancient lore, crafted over centuries to reinforce the kingdom's divine status? The mystery of the Ark, intertwined with the rise and glory of the Axumite Empire, would persist through the ages. And though the empire would eventually decline, the legend of the Ark of the Covenant, hidden in Ethiopia, protected by divine will, would continue to capture the imagination of believers and historians alike. The Ark of the Covenant, a sacred relic said to contain the Ten Commandments delivered to Moses on Mount Sinai, has remained one of the most enduring mysteries in human history. Throughout centuries of religious and historical exploration, the Ark has captivated the imaginations of people around the world, from biblical scholars to treasure hunters. Yet its true nature and whereabouts continue to be subjects of intense speculation and debate. Biblical accounts describe the Ark as an awe-inspiring wooden chest, overlaid with gold, containing the stone tablets on which the Ten Commandments were inscribed. The Ark was kept within the Holy of Holies in the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, where it was considered the physical manifestation of God's presence on earth. According to the Bible, the Ark played a pivotal role in several key moments in the journey of the Israelites, guiding them through the wilderness, parting the waters of the Jordan River, and enabling victory in battle. Yet, after the destruction of the first Temple of Solomon in 586 BCE by the Babylonian Empire, the Ark's fate became unclear. Some believe it was destroyed during the fall of Jerusalem, while others argue that it was hidden to protect it from the invading armies. This ambiguity has led to numerous theories about the Ark's eventual disappearance. Theories about the Ark's fate are as varied as the cultures that have sought it. Some speculate that it was taken to Babylon, carried off by the invaders who overthrew Jerusalem. Others suggest that the Ark was hidden within the Temple Mount itself, secreted away by priests who feared for its safety. The most intriguing, however, is the Ethiopian connection, a theory that proposes the Ark was transported to Ethiopia long before the fall of Jerusalem. In the Ethiopian tradition, the Ark's journey to the African kingdom is tied to the legend of Menelik the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. According to Ethiopian lore, Menelik was born in Jerusalem and later traveled to visit his father. During his time in the city, Menelik is said to have secretly taken the Ark of the Covenant, bringing it back to Ethiopia. This legend is enshrined in Ethiopia's most famous text, the Kebra Nagast, the Glory of Kings, which outlines the story of Menelik's journey and the role Ethiopia plays in preserving the Ark. Ethiopian Christianity holds the Kebra Nagast in the highest regard, and the story of Menelik's theft of the Ark has become central to the Ethiopian identity. However, is there any historical evidence to support this claim? For centuries, historians and archaeologists have attempted to find concrete evidence linking the Ark to Ethiopia. However, the search has been elusive. The story of the Ark's relocation to Ethiopia is rooted in myth and legend, with no physical evidence that conclusively proves its journey. Yet, there are several compelling factors that suggest the connection between Ethiopia and the Ark is more than just folklore. One of the most significant pieces of evidence is the long-standing tradition that the Ark of the Covenant resides in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum, Ethiopia. The church is one of the holiest sites in Ethiopia and has been the focal point of religious devotion for centuries. The belief that the Ark is housed within this church is so strong that a special group of guardian monks is entrusted with its protection. Only one monk, known as the Ark Guardian, is allowed to see the Ark, and he is sworn to a life of secrecy. The monk is the only person who knows the Ark's exact location, and once a guardian dies, another monk is chosen to take his place. While the church has never allowed outsiders to confirm the presence of the Ark, the legend remains steadfast among Ethiopians. The devotion to the Ark is so profound that even the Ethiopian Orthodox Church teaches that the Ark was brought to the country by Menelik I, and that it has been guarded there for over 2,000 years. This belief is supported by several local traditions that trace the origins of Ethiopia's Christian faith back to the Solomonic dynasty, which claims descent from Menelik I. In fact, the current Ethiopian emperor, until the monarchy's abolition in the 1970s, was considered the direct descendant of this ancient line. The connection between Ethiopia's royal family and the Ark only deepens the sense of national pride and religious significance surrounding the relic. Located in the heart of Axum, the Church of St. Mary of Zion is more than just a place of worship. It is the spiritual center of Ethiopia's claim to the Ark of the Covenant. According to tradition, the church was founded by King Azana in the 4th century AD, making it one of the oldest Christian sites in the world. Over the centuries, the church has been a focal point for pilgrims and travelers seeking to witness the sacred site. The church is also home to a treasure trove of relics and artifacts, including ancient Christian texts, manuscripts, and holy items. Its role in Ethiopia's spiritual life cannot be overstated, but within its sacred walls lies the most coveted artifact of all, the Ark of the Covenant, hidden from the eyes of the world. Despite the church's significance, the mystery of the Ark's presence there persists. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has consistently maintained that the Ark is indeed in their possession. However, no independent verification of this claim has been allowed, leaving many to question its authenticity. The guardianship of the Ark remains a well-kept secret, with only the chosen monk knowing its true whereabouts. Some have suggested that the church itself may be the key to understanding the Ark's journey. Was the Ark indeed brought to Ethiopia by Menelik the Mayers, as the legend suggests? Or is it possible that the Ark found its way to Ethiopia through another means, hidden by early Christians seeking refuge from invading forces? The idea that the Ark was taken to Ethiopia is not entirely without precedent in biblical tradition. In the Book of Kings, there is a mention of the Queen of Sheba, who visited King Solomon in Jerusalem to test his wisdom. The queen's visit is famously tied to the birth of Menelik I. The biblical text does not mention the Ark, but Ethiopian tradition holds that Menelik's connection to Solomon included the Ark. Moreover, some scholars have pointed to references in the Bible that suggest the Ark was carried away from Jerusalem by divine intervention, hiding it from invading armies. These accounts are particularly significant in the context of Ethiopia's claim. The Ark's journey is said to reflect the kingdom's divine protection, which aligns with the religious identity of Ethiopia as the new Israel. Despite the lack of physical evidence to conclusively prove the presence of the Ark in Ethiopia, the deep-rooted faith in its existence and protection within the Church of St. Mary of Zion has ensured that this mystery remains at the heart of Ethiopian identity. The Ark of the Covenant may still be hidden in Ethiopia, or it may be lost to the annals of history, but the story, steeped in myth, legend, and faith, continues to echo through the ages. In the heart of the ancient city of Axum, where the winds whisper stories of forgotten kings and lost treasures, stands the Church of St. Mary of Zion, a place of profound religious significance to the people of Ethiopia. It is here that the Ark of the Covenant is said to be housed, protected for centuries by a group of guardian monks who live in seclusion, sworn to a vow of silence and secrecy. The very existence of the Ark in this church has remained one of the most controversial and mysterious claims in the world. The belief that the Ark is hidden within the church is deeply rooted in Ethiopian Christianity. According to tradition, it was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon, after it was secretly taken from Jerusalem. Since then, the Church of St. Mary of Zion has been the guardian of this sacred relic. But what is the truth behind this long-held belief? Is the Ark truly hidden within the walls of this ancient church? Or is it simply an enduring myth designed to protect a piece of Ethiopia's religious identity? The Church of St. Mary of Zion is not just a church. It is the heart of Ethiopian Christianity. Located in the city of Axum, which once served as the capital of the Axumite Empire, the church is a site of pilgrimage for millions of Ethiopian Orthodox Christians. Its long history, dating back to the 4th century, has made it one of the oldest Christian churches in the world. The church's connection to the Ark of the Covenant is more than just symbolic. It is central to the Ethiopian belief that their nation holds a divine favor. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church teaches that the Ark was brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, and it has been safeguarded there ever since. The church houses a sacred relic called the tablet, which is believed to be a representation of the Ark. However, the real Ark is said to be kept in a secret chamber, hidden from the world. The guardian monks of the church are entrusted with the Ark's protection. They live in a state of isolation, dedicated to guarding the relic and maintaining its secrecy. Only one monk, known as the Ark Guardian, is allowed to see the Ark. This monk is sworn to a life of silence and cannot leave the church grounds until his death. Once a guardian monk passes away, another monk is chosen to take his place. The Ark Guardian is the only person who knows the exact location of the Ark, and this knowledge is passed down through generations of monks. The secrecy surrounding the Ark's location has led to intense speculation. What is it about the Ark of the Covenant that demands such secrecy? If the Ark truly exists in the church, why has the world been denied the opportunity to verify its existence? Throughout history, several explorers, scholars, and religious figures have attempted to uncover the truth about the Ark's whereabouts. Many have traveled to Axum in search of evidence, hoping to glimpse the elusive relic for themselves. Some have come away convinced that the Ark is indeed housed in the Church of St. Mary of Zion, while others remain skeptical, dismissing the claim as folklore. Perhaps the most famous of these attempts was the British explorer Richard Francis Burton, who visited Axum in the 19th century. Burton was an accomplished scholar and adventurer, renowned for his exploration of the Middle East and Africa. While in Ethiopia, he sought to gain access to the Church of St. Mary of Zion, hoping to uncover the Ark for himself. However, despite his efforts, he was unable to gain any definitive proof of the Ark's existence. In his writings, Burton described the belief that the Ark was housed in the church, but he was ultimately unable to verify the claim. More recently, the renowned Ethiopian historian Tekle Tzadik Makuria conducted extensive research on the Church of St. Mary of Zion and its connection to the Ark. Makuria's findings suggest that while the church may house a representation of the Ark, the true Ark is likely hidden in a secret location known only to the guardian monks. Makuria, like many others, acknowledges the religious and cultural significance of the Ark, but also questions whether it can ever be revealed to the outside world. Despite these doubts, the belief in the Ark's presence in Ethiopia remains strong among Ethiopian Christians. For many, the Ark is not just an object of historical interest. It is a symbol of divine protection and favor, a testament to Ethiopia's ancient Christian roots. For these believers, the Ark's location is less about physical evidence and more about faith, a faith that has endured for over 1,000 years. The guardian monks of the Church of St. Mary of Zion are central to the mystery of the Ark. These monks are more than just religious figures. They are custodians of a secret that has been passed down through generations. The responsibility placed on these men is immense. They are the sole protectors of one of Christianity's most sacred relics. The guardian monks live in strict isolation, dedicating their lives to prayer and the safeguarding of the Ark. They are forbidden from leaving the church grounds, and their lives are marked by a vow of silence and devotion. Their sole duty is to protect the Ark, ensuring that it remains hidden from the outside world. The monks' dedication to this task is unwavering, and they consider it a great honor to serve as the guardians of such a sacred object. At the church, there is also a tablet, a symbolic representation of the Ark of the Covenant. The tablet is an essential part of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church's liturgical practice and is used in religious ceremonies. It is often displayed during religious processions and is considered a holy relic in its own right. However, the tablet is not the true Ark. It is a symbol of the divine presence that the Ark represents. For many Ethiopians, the tablet serves as a reminder of the Ark's sacredness. It is a tangible connection to the divine, a link between Ethiopia and its biblical heritage. However, the true Ark, the one that was carried by Menelik I, is said to be locked away in a secret chamber, accessible only to the guardian monks. The mystery of the Ark's location is compounded by the secrecy surrounding the Church of Saint Mary of Zion and the role of the guardian monks. Could the Ark be hidden in plain sight, concealed behind layers of religious tradition and secrecy? Or is it possible that the Ark never made it to Ethiopia in the first place, and the story is merely a product of legend and faith? While no definitive evidence has ever been found to confirm the presence of the Ark, the belief that it resides in Ethiopia remains an integral part of the country's religious identity. For many Ethiopians, the Ark represents more than just a historical artifact. It is a symbol of the divine covenant between God and his people, and a testament to Ethiopia's place in the Christian world. Perhaps the greatest mystery of all is why the Ark has remained hidden for so long. Is it being protected by divine intervention, as Ethiopian tradition suggests? Or is it simply a case of history obscuring the truth, leaving behind a legacy of myth and faith? Until the mystery of the Ark is solved, it will continue to captivate the imagination of those who seek answers. The Axumite Empire stood as one of the great civilizations of the ancient world. Its vast wealth, military might, and religious influence made it a dominant force in the Horn of Africa and beyond. Yet, despite its grandeur, the Axumite Empire eventually began to fade, a casualty of internal strife, external invasions, and changing geopolitical realities. As the empire waned, so too did the certainty surrounding the Ark of the Covenant. For centuries, the Ark had been a symbol of Ethiopia's divine favor, guarded by the monarchs of Axum and, later, the guardian monks of the Church of Saint Mary of Zion. But as the empire's influence began to crumble, so did the stability that had ensured the safety of this sacred relic. What happened to the Ark during the decline of Axum? Was it lost forever, or did it survive, hidden in the heart of Ethiopia, waiting for the right time to be rediscovered? The decline of the Axumite Empire can be traced to several factors. Internal instability, particularly among the ruling elite, contributed to weakening the central authority that had held the empire together for centuries. However, the most significant challenge came from outside the empire. By the 7th century, the rise of Islam posed a serious threat to Axum's dominance in the region. As Muslim forces rapidly expanded across the Arabian Peninsula and into Africa, the once thriving trade routes of the Axumite Empire began to shift away from Ethiopia. The rise of Islam and the subsequent collapse of the Axumite economy dealt a severe blow to the empire's power. Additionally, the Axumites faced mounting pressure from the Beja and Bantu peoples, who sought to claim territory from the weakening empire. By the 10th century, Axum had lost much of its territory, and the city of Axum itself began to decline into obscurity. Throughout this period of turmoil, the Ark of the Covenant, which had been the most sacred object in the Axumite Empire, was increasingly vulnerable. Its location remained a closely guarded secret, but the empire's weakening political structure may have left it exposed. Was the Ark hidden away in a final desperate attempt to preserve it from invaders, or did the chaos of the empire's collapse cause it to be lost to history? As the Axumite Empire fell, the fate of the Ark became shrouded in even greater mystery. Several theories have emerged over the centuries to explain what happened to the sacred relic. Some believe that the Ark was moved to a safer location to protect it from the growing instability. Others suggest that it was deliberately hidden away in a secret chamber, possibly within the Church of Saint Mary of Zion, awaiting a time when it could be revealed once again. One theory, presented by some modern historians and archaeologists, suggests that the Ark was taken south to Lalibela, the site of the famous rock-hewn churches, as the Axumite Empire's power crumbled. These churches, carved into the mountains of northern Ethiopia, are considered one of the greatest architectural achievements of the medieval world, and were built during a time when Ethiopia was transitioning from the rule of the Axumite kings to the rise of the Zagwe dynasty. It is conceivable that the Ark may have been moved to Lalibela for safekeeping, in an effort to protect it from invading forces and to maintain its symbolic importance during a period of religious and political upheaval. Another theory points to the Ethiopian monarchy's possible involvement in concealing the Ark. When the Axumite rulers lost control over much of their empire, they may have orchestrated a covert plan to safeguard the Ark by moving it deeper into Ethiopia's interior, away from the reach of foreign powers. This would have been consistent with the pattern of Ethiopia's efforts to maintain its sovereignty and religious identity through the centuries, particularly in light of the rising influence of Islam and the growing Christian influence in the medieval Mediterranean world. However, the most widely accepted theory remains the idea that the Ark was hidden in the Church of St. Mary of Zion, where it continues to be guarded by the monks to this day. This theory is reinforced by the continuing religious traditions in Ethiopia, which emphasize the belief that the Ark was not lost, but safely preserved by the guardian monks in their holy sanctum. As the Axumite Empire crumbled, Ethiopia's religious identity was not lost. In fact, it was during this period of decline that Ethiopia underwent a religious transformation, shifting its focus from the Axumite Christian kingdom to a new era marked by the rise of the Solomonic dynasty. The Solomonic rulers claimed direct descent from Menelik I and, by extension, from King Solomon himself. They took great pride in their divine right to rule and in the belief that they were the rightful custodians of the Ark. During the Zagwe dynasty, approximately 900 to 1270 AD, the Ethiopian kings made it a point to emphasize their connection to the Ark of the Covenant. The myth of Menelik I and the Ark continued to play a central role in legitimizing their reign. The Solomonic rulers strengthened the belief that Ethiopia was the true home of the Ark, and that it had been hidden from the world by divine intervention. Ethiopia's religious identity, shaped in large part by the Ark of the Covenant, would continue to be central to the nation's history. Despite the empire's decline, the Ark remained a symbol of Ethiopia's sacred duty to protect the divine covenant and uphold Christianity in the Horn of Africa. As the centuries passed, our interest in the Ark of the Covenant never faded. Explorers, religious scholars, and historians continued to search for clues about the Ark's fate. In the 19th century, European explorers, including the aforementioned Richard Francis Burton, scoured Ethiopia in the hopes of uncovering the Ark's hidden location. Burton, a man of great curiosity and an expert in languages and cultures, believed that the Ark had been safely preserved in Axum, but his efforts to gain access to the Church of St. Mary of Zion were thwarted. In modern times, the belief in the Ark's existence has not waned. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church continues to assert that the Ark remains hidden within the walls of the Church of St. Mary of Zion, closely guarded by the monks. The guardianship of the Ark is still a position of high honor, and the mystery surrounding it has kept the world fascinated. Despite the decline of the Axumite Empire, the Ark of the Covenant has remained an enduring symbol of Ethiopia's ancient Christian heritage and divine favor. Though the fate of the Ark remains elusive, its importance in Ethiopian culture is undeniable. Whether it lies hidden within the sacred walls of the Church of St. Mary of Zion or is lost to the ravages of time, the Ark continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world. Ethiopia's claim to the Ark of the Covenant remains a cornerstone of its identity, linking its ancient past with its present religious and cultural significance. As long as the mystery of the Ark persists, it will continue to hold a place in the hearts and minds of Ethiopians and people of faith worldwide. As the centuries passed, the mystery of the Ark of the Covenant remained one of the most compelling and persistent riddles in the world of archaeology, history, and religion. While the Ethiopian Orthodox Church has steadfastly maintained that the Ark is safely hidden within the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum, modern discoveries and technological advances have reignited the search for the relic. With new methods of archaeological investigation, ancient texts, and historical research, fresh perspectives on the Ark's fate have emerged, prompting renewed speculation and fascination. Despite the lack of direct physical evidence, there have been several significant discoveries and events that have shed light on the history of Ethiopia, its ancient empire, and the legendary Ark. These modern findings have provided clues, though inconclusive, that may one day unravel the mystery of one of the most sacred artifacts in the world. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the archaeological exploration of Axum began to gain attention. As archaeologists and historians combed through the ruins of this ancient city, they uncovered monumental obelisk stelae, inscriptions, and even royal tombs. These discoveries helped confirm that Axum had been an influential center of power in the ancient world. However, despite these important finds, there was no concrete evidence that directly linked the Ark of the Covenant to the city. The Church of St. Mary of Zion remained a focal point for the Ark's supposed resting place, but no independent verification had ever been provided. Despite the claims of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, access to the church and its sacred contents remained restricted. The mystery surrounding the Ark was as elusive as ever. Yet some scholars point to the Axumite inscriptions and religious artifacts discovered in the area as indirect evidence supporting the claim that the Ark was once in Ethiopia. These relics, which include ancient Christian symbols and references to the Solomonic dynasty, suggest a long-standing association between the Ark and Ethiopian royal heritage. This connection reinforces the belief that the Ark of the Covenant may have remained in Ethiopia for centuries. As the 20th century progressed, technological advancements in archaeology began to offer new possibilities for uncovering the truth about the Ark's location. Satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar have allowed archaeologists to investigate areas around Axum and other ancient Ethiopian sites with greater precision. In the early 2000s, an archaeological team used ground-penetrating radar to scan the area around the Church of St. Mary of Zion. Though no conclusive findings were made regarding the Ark itself, the survey revealed several previously unknown structures and tombs buried beneath the church. This discovery has sparked new questions about what lies beneath the church and whether further exploration could reveal more about the location of the Ark. Some archaeologists speculate that hidden chambers or secret vaults may exist beneath the church, potentially containing the Ark or other ancient religious artifacts. While these findings do not definitively prove the presence of the Ark, they do provide tantalizing clues that support the idea that more is hidden in the city of Axum than has been previously revealed. While modern archaeology has provided some insights into the location of the Ark, ancient texts continue to play an important role in the ongoing search. One of the most significant sources is the Kebra Nagast, the Ethiopian text that recounts the journey of the Ark from Jerusalem to Ethiopia. Written in the 14th century, the Kebra Nagast offers a rich account of the myth of Menelik I and his journey to retrieve the Ark from King Solomon. While the Kebra Nagast is a religious text, it is also considered a vital piece of Ethiopia's historical narrative. Some scholars have used it as a tool to better understand the relationship between the Ethiopian Empire and the Ark of the Covenant. The text suggests that the Ark was brought to Ethiopia, where it would remain protected for eternity. Whether or not the story is based on historical fact, it has undeniably shaped Ethiopia's national identity and the belief that the Ark lies hidden in the country. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has also relied on these religious texts to bolster their claim of the Ark's presence in Ethiopia. The Church's belief is steadfast, even in the face of limited external evidence. This reliance on tradition and religious teachings, coupled with the oral history of Ethiopia, has ensured that the legend of the Ark remains alive and well in the hearts of the Ethiopian people. Despite the lack of direct physical evidence, the belief that the Ark is in Ethiopia has been supported by centuries of religious pilgrimages and testimonies from Ethiopian monks and priests. The guardian monks of the Church of St. Mary of Zion, who are tasked with protecting the Ark, play a key role in maintaining the legend. These monks claim to have witnessed the Ark, though no outsider has ever been allowed to confirm its presence. Some outsiders have traveled to Ethiopia with the hope of seeing the Ark or discovering new evidence. Notable among these figures are pilgrims who have visited the Church of St. Mary of Zion, drawn by the belief that the Ark resides there. Though none have gained access to the relic itself, their accounts of the church's sacred atmosphere and their encounters with the guardian monks have further fueled the idea that the Ark is hidden from public view. For the Ethiopian people, the Ark of the Covenant is not just an artifact. It's a living symbol of their faith and history. Whether or not the Ark is physically present in the church, its significance as a cultural and spiritual touchstone is undeniable. The belief in the Ark continues to play an important role in Ethiopia's Christian identity and its connection to the broader Christian world. Despite all the technological advancements, ancient texts, and testimonies, the fate of the Ark of the Covenant remains shrouded in mystery. The truth about its location may never be known, but the search for answers continues to captivate people around the world. As long as the mystery persists, the Ark of the Covenant will remain one of the most fascinating and enduring riddles in the history of religion and archaeology. The Ark's legacy lives on in the collective imagination, inspiring stories, research, and religious devotion. Whether it remains hidden in Axum, lost to the ages, or preserved in another unknown location, the Ark of the Covenant continues to be a symbol of divine covenant mystery and hope. For Ethiopia, the Ark is more than just a physical object. It represents a deep connection to the divine, a bond between Ethiopia and the ancient Israelites, and a symbol of faith that transcends time and place. Whether found or forever lost, the Ark will continue to hold a place of reverence in the hearts and minds of Ethiopians and those around the world who seek the truth. The Ark of the Covenant is more than just an ancient relic. It is a symbol of Ethiopia's profound connection to the divine, its ancient Christian heritage, and its enduring legacy as a nation. The history of the Axumite Empire and the belief that Ethiopia holds the key to the Ark's fate are intertwined in the fabric of the country's national identity. For over 2 millennia, the Ark has shaped Ethiopia's spiritual and cultural life, with its mystery and allure continuing to captivate the imaginations of millions around the world. Though the physical evidence surrounding the Ark's existence remains elusive, the story of the Ethiopian Ark is far from forgotten. Its legacy has endured through the ages, preserving Ethiopia's place in the story of Christianity and in the ancient world. From the Axumite Empire, which stood as a beacon of power, culture, and faith, to the present day, the belief in the Ark's presence in Ethiopia has been a source of pride and devotion. It is a testament to the power of legend, faith, and history to shape the destiny of a people. The Axumite Empire was a civilization ahead of its time, a great kingdom that dominated the Horn of Africa and played a central role in world trade. It was a beacon of power, culture, and religion. Its adoption of Christianity in the 4th century AD placed it among the earliest Christian kingdoms in the world, long before the Roman Empire's formal acceptance of Christianity. The Axumites built impressive architectural structures like the stelae, tall monolithic obelisks, symbols of their religious devotion and political might. In the shadow of this empire's grandeur, the Ark of the Covenant stood as a symbol of divine favor and protection, a relic believed to have been brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I. For centuries, the Ark was more than just an object of religious reverence. It was a physical manifestation of Ethiopia's connection to the divine, a bond that united the kingdom's monarchy and its Christian faith. But as the Axumite Empire gradually declined, due in part to external pressures and internal challenges, the Ark's fate became as enigmatic as the empire itself. The city of Axum, once a thriving metropolis and the heart of the empire, fell into relative obscurity. Yet the legend of the Ark lived on. Ethiopia's Solomonic dynasty, which rose to power after the fall of Axum, claimed direct descent from Menelik I and emphasized the divine protection of the Ark. This continued connection to the Ark played a crucial role in maintaining Ethiopia's identity as a Christian nation, even as the world around it changed. For Ethiopians, the Ark of the Covenant is not just a religious artifact. It is the embodiment of their sacred duty to protect Christianity in Africa and uphold their role as guardians of one of the most significant religious relics in history. The Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum remains the most revered location for the Ark, a place of pilgrimage for Ethiopians and Christians around the world. It is here that the legend holds that the Ark has been kept for over 2,000 years, safeguarded by a special group of monks who have taken a vow of silence and secrecy. Despite the lack of physical evidence confirming the Ark's existence in Ethiopia, the belief in its protection remains unwavering. The guardian monks, who are entrusted with its care, maintain a sense of divine responsibility that has been passed down for generations. To them, the Ark is more than a relic. It is a sacred trust, a symbol of Ethiopia's place in the divine plan. This belief in the Ark is deeply ingrained in Ethiopia's national identity. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, one of the oldest Christian institutions in the world, continues to teach that the Ark is a key part of Ethiopia's divine destiny. The story of the Ark of the Covenant is inextricably linked to the nation's history, culture, and religious devotion, and it will likely remain a central part of Ethiopia's future as well. The Ark of the Covenant continues to hold a special place in the hearts and minds of millions, not just in Ethiopia, but across the globe. For some, it is a symbol of divine protection and favor. For others, it is a relic of ancient mystery, a lost artifact that has yet to be rediscovered. The theories about the Ark's fate, whether it remains hidden in Ethiopia, lost to time, or destroyed, are as varied as the cultures that have sought it over the centuries. In modern times, the allure of the Ark has only grown. Explorers, archaeologists, and historians continue to seek out new clues, hoping to solve the greatest mystery of the ancient world. But despite the modern advancements in technology and research, the Ark remains elusive. The fact that it is hidden from the world only adds to its mystique, making it a symbol of both faith and intrigue. For Ethiopia, the Ark is more than just a religious object. It is a symbol of continuity and tradition. Whether or not the Ark is still hidden in the Church of St. Mary of Zion, its legacy lives on. It represents the Ethiopian people's connection to the divine, their pride in their Christian heritage, and their role as protectors of the holy relic. For Ethiopians, the Ark continues to be a symbol of their enduring faith, and its mystery is woven into the nation's very fabric. The Ark of the Covenant is not only a central part of Ethiopian religious and national identity, but also an object of global intrigue. It has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and films, most notably in works of popular culture like the famous Indiana Jones film series. This has helped ensure that the Ark remains a part of the broader cultural conversation, captivating people from all walks of life. The enduring mystery of the Ark also serves as a reminder of the power of belief and faith, which transcends the need for physical proof. For many, the Ark's value lies not in its physical existence, but in the role it plays in shaping religious identity and cultural heritage. The Ark represents something greater than itself, a symbol of the connection between humanity and the divine, and a reminder that some mysteries may never be fully understood. As long as the Ark of the Covenant remains hidden, its legend will continue to grow. It is a story that links the ancient and modern worlds, drawing people into a search for something both tangible and intangible. And in Ethiopia, where the Ark has shaped the national consciousness for millennia, it will continue to serve as a powerful reminder of the country's place in the story of the Bible and the broader Christian tradition. The Ark of the Covenant has fascinated humanity for centuries, leaving an indelible mark on history, religion, and culture. It has become a symbol of faith, mystery, and divine power, transcending the boundaries of nations and generations. For Ethiopia, the Ark is not just a relic of the past. It is a living testament to the nation's divine favor, its deep connection to the ancient Israelites, and its role in the broader story of Christianity. From the Axumite Empire to modern-day Ethiopia, the story of the Ark has been intertwined with the country's identity. Ethiopia's unique claim to the Ark is grounded in centuries of religious tradition, oral history, and biblical narrative, all of which continue to shape the nation's spiritual and cultural landscape. The Church of St. Mary of Zion, where the Ark is believed to be hidden, remains a center of faith for millions of Ethiopians who continue to honor the sacred relic as a vital part of their heritage. Beyond Ethiopia, the Ark of the Covenant has also become a key part of the Christian world's narrative. The belief in the Ark's power, its role in the divine covenant between God and humanity, and its significance in biblical history has made it a focal point for Christian faith. Its mysterious disappearance after the fall of Jerusalem has only added to its allure, sparking countless theories, investigations, and legends. As the legend of the Ark traveled across continents and cultures, it inspired not only religious devotion, but also artistic and literary works that continue to captivate the world. From ancient religious texts to contemporary films, the Ark's mystique has permeated popular culture, reinforcing its status as one of history's most enduring and enigmatic symbols. The Ethiopian connection to the Ark, however, has remained unique. Ethiopia's claim to be the final resting place of the Ark of the Covenant offers an alternative narrative to the more widely known theories of the Ark's location. It connects Ethiopia's ancient past to the wider biblical story and places the nation at the heart of one of Christianity's most enduring mysteries. Perhaps what makes the Ark's mystery so powerful is the role that faith plays in its preservation. For millions of Ethiopians, the Ark is not a mere historical artifact. It is a living relic imbued with the sacred power of God. The belief in its presence within the Church of St. Mary of Zion is deeply rooted in the Ethiopian Orthodox faith. The guardian monks who protect the Ark are revered as the custodians of a divine treasure, and their unwavering commitment to secrecy only enhances the sense of awe surrounding the Ark. For Ethiopians, the Ark is a symbol of divine protection and a reminder of their sacred duty to uphold the Christian faith. It is an embodiment of their enduring connection to the ancient biblical story and their unique role as protectors of one of Christianity's most revered relics. As such, the Ark's mystery serves to strengthen the faith of the Ethiopian people, even in the absence of physical evidence. The Axumite Empire, though long gone, still looms large in Ethiopia's national identity. The ruins of Axum, with their towering obelisks and ancient artifacts, serve as a reminder of the empire's once mighty presence. Yet, despite the empire's decline, its spiritual legacy remains alive and well in Ethiopia's modern religious life. The belief in the Ark, brought to Ethiopia by Menelik I, continues to be a cornerstone of Ethiopian identity, with the Ark serving as both a symbol of Ethiopia's historical greatness and its divine favor. The Axumite Empire's rise and fall may seem like ancient history, but its legacy endures. Ethiopia's connection to the Ark has helped it retain a sense of continuity through centuries of political turmoil and cultural change. As the country navigated the challenges of the modern era, the Ark has remained a steadfast symbol of the nation's enduring Christian faith and its place in the world's religious history. Even as Ethiopia moves forward in the 21st century, the Ark's mystery continues to captivate the imagination of both Ethiopians and people around the world. Whether the Ark is truly hidden in Ethiopia or lost to the pages of history, its influence remains profound. The legend of the Ethiopian Ark has become a part of global consciousness, and its legacy will continue to shape Ethiopia's place in the world. As we look toward the future, the question remains, will the mystery of the Ark of the Covenant ever be solved? Will modern technology, archaeological discoveries, or new historical revelations finally unlock the secrets of this ancient relic? The search for the Ark is a complex and multifaceted journey, one that combines the worlds of religion, archaeology, and history. As scientists and researchers continue to explore the ruins of Axum, the Church of St. Mary of Zion, and other significant sites, it's possible that new evidence may surface to shed light on the Ark's fate. Yet, given the deeply religious nature of the artifact and its central role in Ethiopia's spiritual life, it's equally likely that the Ark will remain hidden, protected by faith, and preserved as a symbol of Ethiopia's divine heritage. Even if the physical Ark is never found, the mystery surrounding it will continue to inspire believers, historians, and adventurers. The story of the Ark's journey, its preservation, and its significance in Ethiopian culture and Christianity will remain a part of the global narrative, fueling the imagination and faith of people around the world for generations to come. The Ark of the Covenant is a timeless symbol of the connection between God and humanity. Its significance transcends time and place, linking ancient history with modern faith. In Ethiopia, the belief that the Ark lies hidden in the heart of the country has shaped the nation's identity, infusing it with a sense of divine purpose and pride. The Axumite Empire, which once held the Ark within its borders, may be gone, but its legacy lives on in the people of Ethiopia. The Ark's mystery continues to captivate the world, and its place in history is as profound as it is elusive. As the world continues to search for the Ark, one thing remains certain: the legend of the Ethiopian Ark will endure for as long as humanity continues to seek answers to the greatest mysteries of faith and history.